Hello, everybody. Welcome. My name is Dorothy, and this reading is for um, anybody who finds it. It's a collective message. We're going to start by doing some crystal ball gazing, and then we'll pull a rune and move into a full 10-card tarot spread using the Smith White deck. So thank you so much for being here and for liking, sharing, commenting below, and subscribing to my channel. I appreciate all of your love and support. Let's get started with the crystal ball. So we'll just clear our minds for a moment and take a deep inhale and let it go. Connecting to collective energies. I'm seeing a blue jay with a worm in its mouth. The blue jay drops the worm, and then at the bottom of the ground there's more worms. What else do we see in the crystal ball? I'm seeing like a theme park, like an attraction, one of the rides at a theme park. And it's at nighttime. Everything's glowing and flashing on the rides. I'm particularly seeing one of those ones that like spin around, like a merry-go-round, but like faster. Almost like the teacup ride, you know? And what else is in the... I think it's the teacup ride. And anything else that wants to come through? I'm seeing an apple with a worm in it again. And, oh my god. It's like that... I don't know. I don't remember when this is from in my past, but it's like a worm with a little graduation hat on it and some glasses. So it's a cute little smart worm. So anyway, let's talk about those symbols. I always get a kick out of the crystal ball. So the first symbol was a blue jay flying through the air with a worm in its mouth, and it drops the worm, and there's more worms down the ground. So it was almost like that whole early bird gets the worm type mentality, but the significance of the blue jay being communication, because of the blue color, insight. I feel like you jumped at an opportunity, you grabbed the first opportunity you can get, and maybe you might be dropping it soon and realizing there are many opportunities. They may all be similar. Maybe there's something better out there than just a worm for a meal. You know, I don't know what blue jays like to eat that are better than worms, but it just feels like there's lots of opportunities out there. You may have taken the first one you can get, and the advice is to let that go if it doesn't feel right. And we're moving into the second energy now. Like, it's like with the blue jay, it was all about using your communication, using your power of insight to realize that you may want something more fun, more enjoyable, more thrilling with the theme park. And then there's this like going around and around in circles in the teacup, spinning around. And it's a fun ride. You get lost, you get dizzy, you get maybe even a little bit nauseous. And when I think of that centrifugal energy of spinning around and around, I feel like there's like a detox or a cleansing happening for you, where you're purifying your system through having fun. So it's like you may have been just kind of doing the grind, going out, getting your abundance, getting your resources, doing the work you need to do. And it's kind of saying like, shift the focus away from the opportunities that feed you on like sustenance or nourishing level, and shift more into like a spiritual or higher vibrational sustenance. Even just for like one day in your week this month. It's like, if you have to call in sick or schedule a day off or prioritize a day off that you already have, instead of doing tasks that you regularly do as a blue jay with the worm, go do something out of the ordinary, very spiritual, very uplifting, very fun, and allow it to revive, give you more vibes, give you a better, fresher perspective, And then there's that apple with the worm with the graduation hat and glasses. I just feel like there's something here about like, you'll be given maybe a reward for doing this. Some type of juicy piece of knowledge or insight or wisdom may finally become available to you. You may realize something. You may have an epiphany as you bite into that apple and realize that after you've taken that moment to shift from the day-to-day grind into a more spiritual celebration mode, and then you realize that you actually were sustained and fed and nourished by that more than you were from the day-to-day grind, It's like that's the awareness, that's the realization you gain from that apple with the worm. That's the graduation, So it's like this whole metaphor with these energies of, yes, we have to do things to survive and to keep our life flowing harmoniously, but there's also moments of living, and like the moments we really we cherish and remember, and those moments are something that I feel like this reading is trying to get you to prioritize today. So the rune that we have here, I don't know the name of this one, but we'll look it up on my sheet. It's Awaz, and this is about a turning point. Profound changes that lend strength and provides a sense of purpose. It's also about death and confrontation. Death being transformation, confrontation being, confrontation, having to confront something within you. Maybe even by external sources. I feel like some of you are working through obstacles of lethargy, boredom, or apathy, and this is going to be where this message is a turning point. The good stuff is finally kicking in, the more special experience. Now that you're able to kind of level out in your stresses and worries, a breakthrough wants to happen spiritually, and good vibes want to come through. You've gotten your ducks in a row with that Nine of Wands coming out. You've wow, look at all these pages in a row, all reversed. What a synchronicity. Power of 3 is strong. That Empress card in the 3 pages. 3 is about magic and manifestation. At least it is to me. There's lots of symbolism in the numbers. So, I guess what I'm getting from this is like, drop what you're doing. Let it go for a day, for a period of your day. Let it go for a week if you have the luxury to do so. Drop what you're doing is what I'm hearing. And there is so much opportunity here for you to explore. Wow. This is very youthful, actually, up here with the Five of Wands being like a playing energy sometimes, and then all these pages being youthful energies. It is that playing energy. So, and this is a burnout energy. So what I'm getting is that these pages represent parts of you that have been burnt out, that want to emerge with the moon reversed and the Eight of Swords reversed, talking about emerging, and the Seven of Pentacles being reversed. It's like you've had to pack up and consolidate these parts of yourself, which will go into what they are. They're the youthful parts of your soul. You've had to transplant those parts of yourself, keep them in dormant stages as you move from one situation to the next. Now that you're moving into an abundant, safe, and secure era with this Empress in the future, parts of yourself that have been bursting are ready to burst out of you. And that is curiosity, that is interest in things, that is the ability to focus on new hobbies and genuinely feel passionate and wrapped up in learning something and expressing yourself with your art, with your style, with your emotions, being more bold about what it is that you believe in. These are the parts of yourself that have been suppressed because you've been burnt out and having to deal with cycles of overriding your youthful and authentic versions of yourself with a tough, serious, and strategic mindset. You know? But that needs to recede with these energies. The moon reverse is about receding, and we're receding the energy of this King of Swords reversed, which is, it's no longer useful. That's why that card is reversed. When the card is upright, it talks about strategy and logic, and take a break from that, relax from that. You're moving into a time of pleasure and Venusian energy with this Empress card here. And these pages, these youthful parts of yourself want to be expressed. Doesn't matter how old you are. This is a huge turning point. So, Venusian energy is all about pleasure and abundance and fulfillment. Sorry for the construction noise out there, everybody. And this is what's being renewed in your life. With this Judgment reverse, this is what's re-emerging. This is what's being brought back to life. There's a spiritual element that's missing in this reading. This is more about the pleasures, the innocent, the untouched versions of yourself, where spirituality is there in those parts of yourself. That's where it's most authentically and unconsciously expressed. But conscious spirituality is usually developed and shaped from suffering and from understanding the shadow. And I feel like the shadow is receding in your life for some time because there's some more youthful and innocent aspects of yourself that just want to come out and breathe. And then you can get into, settling that into your spiritual and into the wisdom that you have already. I feel like there's an exchange happening here where you've had to learn survival wisdom, survival tactics to break free from the mind that was limiting you to settle the chaos, and you've done that. Now you're going back into a more Six of Cups, nostalgic, earlier days energy in your life when things were less concerned, when things were more taken care of for you, where things are more simple, and then emotions and genuine interest in things and purpose and passion, profound shifts can happen for you. And there's a lot of artistry, there's a lot of creativity coming forth from these cards here, and from the thirst for knowledge, and it's beautiful. This will lead to love after a time where you may not have had a lot of love in your life. This may lead to new or existing areas of focus that had to be compartmentalized and tucked away. You may even start writing with that Page of Swords being here. You may even start journaling or posting or creating more content online. You may actually start expressing yourself through your wardrobe more, or play sports even with this five of wands. You know what I mean? It's like those types of things. So that's what I've got for this reading. It's very beautiful. We're going to shift into a collective message. We're going to continue this collective message, I should say, for the members now. So if you want to become a member, the link is in the description box of this video. There will be a part 2 to this video. For members only, it's only $4.99 a month, and we're going to continue on this message, clarifying each of these tarot cards with additional cards. So thank you for being here. If you'd like to book a personalized YouTube video based off of your own 3 questions, that option is available on my booking link in the description box of this video. You can also follow me on Instagram, where I'm posting more content more regularly now, free content, as well as I'm posting shorts on YouTube now, short readings as well as short tarot lessons. So I hope you enjoy those as well. Okay, take care, and I'll see you again soon.